with May. I'm May. Welcome to my Old and New Stubbies. I am so glad to have you all here with me today. I am excited because I am being joined by a host of talented creators here on YouTube today, and we all got together to um, cheer on our girl Brandy from the DIY struggle. If you guys have been riding with me anytime, you know I love to use the TDS brand. I love her products, and so when she sent out the invitation, I was more than excited to accept because I love her as well as her products. Like, she's an amazing person, and she is so hilarious and so sweet and so kind. All the things wrapped up into one, and I just adore her. So it's no way I could not participate and share her products with you all. Now, again, if you guys have been with me, you already know how much I love her products, but I wanted to share with you guys some of her new releases. Okay, now she has her line consists of several things, and one of them being tissue paper. This massive size tissue paper. I'm not even sure how long it is. Probably about 42 inches by, I don't know, 20. I don't know, but it's a massive, and you can get so many projects out of this. Look at that. And this is just gorgeous right here. And you can get so many projects out of this, and her stuff is so affordable. The shipping is affordable. Okay, she's always thinking about her patrons. She's just considerate in that way, so she's not overpriced, and she gives good quality stuff. Okay, another thing that she also has are appliques. Now, I did use, she sent me a different one, and I used it in the one of my projects already. I had to shoot this intro out of order, so some of the things I'm going to use and some of the things I've already used, so I couldn't share with you up front. But she also has a line of rice paper. Look at this. I won't go through each one, but my goodness, this girl is talented. Okay, just a beautiful eye for certain things like that. I could never come up with those kind of graphics at all. And then, of course, my favorite is her rub-on transfers. Look at this. We're going to be using this one today, as well as one or two of these, which are to make ornaments out of. I just love her stuff. I mean, it's just gorgeous, like absolutely gorgeous. Here's some, oh wait, I showed you guys that one already, sorry. this one is so pretty. And we're gonna stop running our mouth, and we're gonna jump into our first project, Lovies. See you on the other side. Alright, Lovies, we're jumping to this first project using this shadow box from Dollar Tree, as well as our applique. I'm going to paint that in red, white, and gold. Now, I did have some other embellishments here. I took some of these little wooden chess pieces and painted those in gold, as well as this little drawer pull, or a little miniature drawer pull. It is a brass color, but I did paint it in my glorious gold paint. I'm sorry, no, I did not. I used my gold rub and buff. Oh my goodness. All right, so right here I am just taking some of this gold trim ribbon I had in my stash, and I'm just going to outline 3 parts of the inside of this shadow box, because my painting was not the best, but I wanted something to kind of pop on the inside of this as well, and this is how I thought to do that. I don't know if it was right or wrong, but it did come out cute in my humble opinion. So next we're going to take some of the TDS rub-on transfers, using that lantern that has a little bird there, as well as the poinsettias, potato, you choose. All right, and we're just gonna take that and apply it to our surface, and we're just gonna rub. Now, I am gonna use the little card that is included in this to apply this. Now, my hand does give me some issues, so sometimes I'll use my Cricut weeding tool to get that done, and that's what I did here. And you just pull back that transfer sheet, and it applies to the surface so smoothly. Now, at first I was going to use the wording that says happy holidays, but but it was slightly too large for this piece, so I decided to go in with the portion that said Seasons Greetings, and that fit perfectly. And I have to tell you guys, this came out so beautiful. It's so simple, but it is so beautiful. Next, I'm going to take one of the TDS fan brushes. Okay, love them. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that gel medium and apply that to the bottom of that shadow box, and then we're going to go in with some faux snow from Dollar Tree. Now I'm not going to go too heavy with the faux snow. I'm just going to give it a little razzle dazzle, not too much, because you're not really going to see it a whole lot. So I just wanted something at the bottom, since I didn't add any of that ribbon or trim to the bottom there. And I'm going to just give it, this is pretty thick medium, so I do not have to apply a lot. If you don't have this, you can definitely use Mod Podge or school glue. It will work just the same. Then we're going to take this applique and put it right at the bottom of this shadow box. Now, looking at this applique, it just reminded me of Santa's sleigh. So I was like, I know it's a stretch of the imagination, but I thought it looked like Santa's sleigh. So we're going to just roll with that, okay? So then I'm going to just go in with some of this. Oh, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with it, but once I got my life in order, I decided to go in with a little bit of that Aleene's tacky glue and just a couple dabs of hot glue just to secure it in place. And I love this piece. I'm telling you guys, it was so simple, but it was just the prettiest piece. I just love it, and I love the red, white, and gold together. If you guys have been with me, I have been digging the red, white, and gold. I've just kind of been all over the place, to be honest with you guys, for this Christmas season. I wanted a little bit of blue, a little bit of white, a little bit of silver, a little bit of gold. I wanted it all, okay? But I really have been digging the red, white, and gold, okay? And the traditional red, white, and green. So it's gonna be a whole array of stuff going on in my house this year, but we'll figure it out. I think every room is going to have a theme. But as you saw there, I just added in my little chest pieces to the bottom, and those are going to be the legs for this piece. And then I just added a little bit of that Aleene's tacky glue onto that handle piece there, because it is metal, so just using hot glue will not secure it. But that's it for this project, guys. It is so pretty dope. That's not it. I lied. I decided that I wanted to add in some of the LED lights from Dollar Tree, and y'all, look at that. That is just stunning. Go Brandy girl. So yes, lovies, I am so glad to be a part of 10 content creators here from YouTube who got together to support our girl Brandy from the DIY struggle. Her products are awesome. So I will have everyone's I will have the playlist in my description box below, as well as Brandy's website and the link to her channel in my description box. So stop by and tell them May said hello. I can't wait to see what they have created for you. Now, I also want to share with you guys, you may have noticed in the previous segment right there, I had to shoot from different angles. When I was filming this, my camera died, and it was just a whole situation. I couldn't get the angles right. It was just all a mess. Not that it's ever not a mess, but it was a particular big mess this time during this time of me trying to film this and get it up. So it took me quite a few days to get this done, but so forgive me. You are gonna see a little bit of flip-flopping with the camera, so I hope it's not too distracting for you guys. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to switch back to doing my overhead shooting. I don't know, but we'll see. Anyway, what we're doing right here is taking one of those large wood ornaments from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use this round applique. And then I took some from her tissue paper, from the DIY Struggles tissue paper collection. I took out this Santa. He just looked, I don't know, I love the way he looked in there. So I was like, let me use this here. So what you see that I'm doing is taking my water pen and I'm just applying a little bit of water to the outer parts of this picture, because I don't want a clean cut with this. I want it to have those little jagged or rigid edges to them, and I'm just going to go all the way around, and using my water pen helps me to accomplish that without tearing the whole picture. Now, if you don't have a water pen, you can use a paintbrush. I have even used my weeding tool on occasion to do that. I wouldn't recommend that part, but yeah, if you don't have a water pen, use a paintbrush. You'll get the same effect. Now, what I did was I applied that applique on there, as you saw, and I painted everything in the Snow White color by Waverly. And on the top part of this ornament, I am using my Glorious Gold paint by Decor, and I'm just going to give that 3 coats because that is a very cheap paint, so it doesn't go on very thick. So what I'm doing right here is just spritzing my tissue paper and sitting it to the side. Now, I will admit I did use a bit more water than I probably should have, but I'm just going to sit it to the side. By the time it's ready for me to use it, it'll be right where I need it to be. So what you see that I'm doing right here is I'm taking some more of that gel medium, and I am applying a coat of this over the entire surface of this ornament with the exception of that applique. Once that is dry, what you see I'm doing here is applying that picture to the surface, and then I'm going to take a piece of parchment paper as well as my mini heat press, and I'm going to apply some heat to that, and that's just going to reactivate that medium and help that picture to adhere to the surface, and it gives this nice smooth wrinkle-free picture, and I love it. I love it. I will admit, I think I may have missed the mark on this one by adding something else to it, but you guys can let me know once we get through the final project. And just to let you guys know, whoever's here for the first time, I do like to show all of my items at the end of my video in the final reveal, just because I like to show them all in their full glory together. Okay, and then as you can see, what I'm doing right here is taking some of that Glorious Gold paint, and I'm just dry brushing it over the top of that applique because I wanted that white to come through in the background. And this looks really pretty. I probably could have just stopped right here, but I decided to do some distressing around the outer sides of this ornament, and this is where I think I may have missed the mark. I don't know. I kind of like it with and without the distressing, but I don't know. You know how that goes when you're crafting. So then I'm going to take some of this cordage. It's gold cordage or rope or whatever you want to call it. I got this from Hobby Lobby a few years ago, and I'm just going to outline this ornament with that. So I start at the bottom part, and I'm going to just work my way up around the ornament, and I'm just going to use a bit of hot glue to secure that to the surface in the event I decide to change my mind about this project later on. So once we get that all covered, I'm going to take some more of that gold trim ribbon that I used in the first project, and we're going to take that and use that as the hanger for this project. I'm not going to do anything fancy with that part. I'm just going to take it, loop it through that hole, and then we're just going to go ahead and tie it off in a double knot. And that'll be it. Nope, that won't be it for this project. We're getting close to it. Then it'll almost be it. But I'll just snip that away, and then I'm going to go in with one of my little mini pre-tied gold bows. I got these off of Amazon some years ago as well. And we're going to take that and just cover up that hole right there. And then we are going to go ahead and take some of these. They're acrylic snowflakes, and I can't remember where I got these from. I don't know. I feel like Hobby Lobby, but I'm sure you can find them at Hobby Lobby or on Amazon. I'm almost certain of it. But I like these because it kind of have that little like teardrop effect to it, and I like that a lot. So I just took another piece of that little gold trim and looped it through, and I was just sizing it up to see how far I want to hang it, because I don't want the gold trim to show, but I needed to know where I need to cut it down. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what I was doing here. So once I determined that, I just used a little bit of hot glue, as you saw there, to secure it together instead of tying a knot. And I'm going to just lay it across that bottom piece where the two end pieces of that rope meets together. And then I'm going to just take another one of those little mini gold bows, and I'm going to add it right there to cover that up as well. Now, the only downfall or downside to this was the little rings that hold each of the acrylic pieces together they were silver, and so you couldn't really see the snowflake and the little teardrop there. So I decided to take some of that glorious gold paint and to cover those snowflakes just to make it pop a little bit. And that is it for this project. Now, Brenda, my sweet subscriber, thank you for sharing your beautiful snowman and Merry Christmas wood round with me. It is beautiful, girlfriend. I appreciate it. All right, so we're going to jump into our last and final project, starting out using some of this foam clay, and I'm just going to work it out a little bit to warm it up and make it more pliable, and then we're going to just apply it to these molds. And I used way too much in here, so don't judge me. I am all new to the whole clay and mold stuff, so I was just going with it. I was talking to Kathy Jo at the time, and I was like, what do I need to put in here to keep it from sticking? And she's like, if it's foam clay, you don't need it. And I must have asked her about 10 times, and she's like, if it's foam clay, you don't need it. And then finally it registered. If it's foam clay, I don't need it. So they came out quite cute. And I'm also excited because what we have been doing on this channel is taking terracotta pots and turning them into terracotta teacups with a theme. And we are on terracotta teacup number 53. I cannot believe it. I know I say it all the time. I know. But what we do is take that terracotta pot, we take a macrame ring, cut it in half, add a handle to it, and that turns it into a terracotta teacup, according to us, okay? And like I said, we add a theme to it, and we are now in our Christmas series of doing this. We're on number 53. If you're new here, stick around to the end. I like to show a quick flash of every terracotta teacup we've created thus far. It's pretty cool to watch. It goes by fairly quick, so just stick around for that. But as you see right here, I took those my little molds and I put them on either side. Now I have to admit, I didn't have to put one on the back after I got through this project. I could have just done the front and it would have been okay. Now, we'll also be honest, because Lovies, you guys are going to have to choose, okay? And tell me, what is the theme of this terracotta teacup? Because I don't know. I was trying to do a bell because somebody asked me to make a silver bell. And as I was going through it, it did not work out as a silver bell. So what I saw when I finished this was a large ornament. But you guys can let me know what you think it should be called, and maybe I'll switch the name to something else. So right now I'm just calling it a Christmas ornament because it's a Christmas ornament / snow globe-ish type of thing. Okay, I don't know, but you'll see. It came out beautiful though. I absolutely 100% loved it. Okay, I love it. So right here, as you see, I went in with my silver leaf rubbing buff. I used some of that snowflake. I'm sorry, uh, not snowflake, Snow White paint by Waverly. And now we're going to take one of these ornament rub-on transfers, and we're going to cut out the one. It has a little scenery with the family looking at the Christmas tree in the distance on a city street, and I loved it because it had little lights in it. And what I want to do with this, I wanted to bring that picture to life. And this, sorry sorry guys, oh my goodness. And this the size of these fit perfect on the side of these little dishes you can get from Dollar Tree. These are one of the little candy dishes you can get from Dollar Tree. That's 2 in a pack. And I'm sorry I didn't go through all of that with you guys. We're using a little dessert cup from Dollar Tree, the little candy dish from Dollar Tree. We have a finial from Hobby Lobby, and the terracotta pot came from Hobby Lobby as well. Macrame rings I got off of Amazon. Woo, okay, sorry, had to catch you guys up with all that. So once we cut that macrame ring in half, we just sand it down with the finger sander, and now we're just going to take a little bit of glue and add it to the side, and this is where it becomes our terracotta teacup. Okay, it's just something different. There is no need. You don't even have to do this if you would ever recreate them. You don't have to add the handle to it. It was just something that we kind of played around with and it stuck. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and take the terracotta teacup and apply it to that dessert dish, which I flipped upside down. Okay, so that's going to kind of be our stand, if you will, or podium, whatever you want to know. It's not going to be a podium, but a stand, I guess. Our base, our base for this. Then I'm going to take this little wood ring. It was a pack I got off of, I think Temu some years ago. And I'm going to apply that right to the top of our little cup here, and that's just going to help to stabilize our little candy dish. Now, as you see there, I'm just putting in some fairy lights, which I'm actually going to end up putting the fairy lights inside of the candy dish because the light was not coming through like I thought it would, being down in the cup. So next I'm taking the finial and I'm going to apply that to the bottom of the candy dish, which is actually going to be the top of the candy dish. I know it's a lot to unfold, but stick with me, y'all. Don't leave me. All right. And then we're going to just plop that right down in there. And the reason I'm not gluing that down is because if I need to switch out those lights, I can do that without having to break it apart. So then just to add a bit more embellishment here, I decided to go in with some of these pearl snowflakes, and I'm just going to put a couple in the front because again the back of this is not going to be seen, so I didn't add any embellishments outside of that little mold that I put on the back. And then next that's why we're showing you that I moved the lights from outside the cup into the little candy dish. And then I'm going to take one of these little wreaths I had in my stash, and I'm going to apply that to the front. And this was just so adorable. I absolutely love the way this came together. I cannot wait for you guys to see it in the final reveal, how the picture just pops through. It is so pretty. I just don't know what to call it though. What kind of teacup is this, you guys? Do you guys see an ornament or do you see something else? Do you see a bell? I don't know. But here we are in the final reveal, lovies. If you are still here writing with me, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for the love and prayers and support that you've been giving me and my family. I appreciate it. I can't thank you enough for that. And even those who sent me emails, text messages, things like that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. But lovies, you guys know the drill. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting, because you guys know I love to chat with you after each and every video. And of course, I'd like to know if you had a favorite of today. For me, our little shadow box and our little mystery terracotta teacup is my favorite of today. I just have to go back and revisit this one. I do love it as well, but I have to go back and revisit it. I do. I know I do. And I will. Maybe add some wording to it. Maybe that's what it's missing. I don't know. But here is our little mystery terracotta teacup, guys. Isn't it just adorable? Look how the picture pops. It really looks like that Christmas tree is lit up. I love this. I love, love, love everything about this. And I can't wait to hear from you all and what you think about it. All right. And also, I want to welcome any newcomers to the channel. If you came over from anyone else's channel, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the content today. I hope you consider sticking around and being a part of my YouTube family and this crafting journey that we're on, because I would love to, we would love to have you here, because we all get along, we all laugh, we all craft, and it's just one big warm hug on this channel. So hopefully you'll consider joining our little family. But here are all the terracotta teacups that we have created this far. We do have a running list going right now. If you have an idea for one, leave that in the comment section, because we'll add it to the list if it's not already there. And I'm telling you guys, the list is massive. Like I said, we are on 53 and we're not even close to being done. I honestly think we are going to make it to 100. That was not my goal, but you know, I don't know, but the ideas keep coming in, and you know, I'm excited about this journey that we're on doing these. I absolutely love them. You don't really see you don't see them on YouTube. You see a version of them, but I have not seen anything like this out there. So I don't know. Let me know, lovies. What do you think? And don't forget, I am being joined by some other awesome content creators here on YouTube. So definitely head to that description box, click on that playlist, check everybody out, because you are going to be inspired. I can promise you that. If I can't promise you anything else, you're going to be inspired. So see how we all come together and use the DIY struggle products to make some awesome Christmas crafts. Until the next video, lovies, be safe, be kind, hugs and kisses, XOXO, bye.